2000 Nissan Skyline GTR R34. Oh, I'm so hard right now.
It's a Nissan Skyline GTR 34, and I want it.
Finally, it is about time. This is a real Nissan Skyline GTR R34, not a replica, the real deal. And oh my god, it's so damn cool! I can finally experience what it feels like to be Brian O'Connor. Nice! Anyway, this is the V-Spec 2 model, which basically means it's better than the models that came out in 1999. And this one just so happened to come in Bayside Blue. The best color. Oh yeah. For those of you who don't know much about this car, the GTR R34 is a car that many of us aspire to own someday but ultimately never will. Oh wait, you can! That's right, you can win this car. Too late, you're too slow, baka. You know I'm kidding, right? These things aren't even illegal yet. At least not until 2024. But this one in particular won't be until 2025 because it's a new millennium, baby! Okay, we're getting off topic. Now, most of us know about this car from Gran Turismo and Too Fast, Too Furious, but for those of you who have never heard of this car and are seeing it for the first time, you're probably thinking to yourselves, is this car really that good? Like, is it really worthy of so much praise? And, well, the truth is, yes, it is that good. This car is just, it's so good. The driving experience is just out of this world. As Jeremy Clarkson once said, and I quote, "It makes even the most ham-fisted driver feel like they've been suddenly fitted with God's feet." This thing is literally a race car in disguise, but you could daily drive this thing. Seriously, you could. You could drive fast, or just cruise around and this thing will feel like a regular car. And look at this trunk space. You could fit an entire week's worth of groceries in here. I mean, sure, the rear seats are small, but it's still fairly practical. It's just madness. There is one thing I really don't like about this car, though. Where is the brown? It's not here, it's not here. No. There it is. Brown. Oh god, I have to fart. Here it is. Also, the rear visibility is a bit of a bitch with the spoiler, but you get used to it. Here I come. Konnichiwa, bitches. I'm a Nissan Skyline GTR, and I'm so much better than all y'all. I'm not just a Skyline, I'm a Skyline GTR. I know you want me, but you can't have me. Just like your precious waifus. Oh, I'm the king of JDM cars. Bow down to me. Bow down to me, motherfucker. So yeah. Nissan Skyline GTR R34. It's wonderful. Need I say more? I want it! The following is an important announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to my attention that I, MordecaiGTR, currently have 32 Nissan Skyline GTR R34 toys! That's right, 32! Not 34, 32! Not including this one. Now if you know me personally, you would know that I used to have more than 32 GTR R34 toys, like all of these. But I no longer have those, so that is why it is my goal to have 34 by the end of the year. So if anyone has an R34 toy they are willing to sell, let me know. Contact me, tweet me, DM me. Do it! Fun fact! The Nissan GTR R35 used to be my favorite car. You see, back when I was younger, when the GTR R35 came out, I thought of it as the best GTR because it was brand new, therefore making it better than all the previous models, including the R34. But there was always a part of me that still loved the R34, and then one day something just clicked. I realized that the R34 was the one that truly won my heart. And I've been simping for the R34 ever since.
What?
Come on, man, just pick one. I don't know which one to choose. I thought the Ferrari was yours. Oh yeah. Huh. Well, I guess you've got a new ride. What's up guys, Christopherson here, aka MordecaiGTR's roommate, and today I'm going to tell you the 3 reasons why MordecaiGTR will never own a Nissan Skyline GTR R34, starting now. Number 1, they're too expensive. I mean seriously, do you really think a guy like this could afford a Nissan Skyline? Hell no. Even if he does raise enough money to buy one, by the time he does, they'll all be gone. Because everybody wants a piece of that ass. Number 2, the guy can't drive stick. Can you believe it? This guy, who claims that the GTR R34 is his favorite car ever, can't even drive a manual. Yeah, everybody laughing. I mean, could you imagine if he actually buys a Skyline? On the day he has to go pick it up, he's probably going to be all like, "Excuse me, would you mind giving me a 10-minute tutorial on how to drive this thing?" Then again, he could always just get an R34 GTT with an automatic transmission because nobody wants those, right? Number 3. Okay. Let's be hypothetical for a moment. Let's say he knows how to drive a manual and he has enough money to buy a Skyline. And let's say there's a beautiful Bayside Blue GTR R34 just waiting to be sold. If he decides to buy this thing, he will be making the biggest mistake of his life. You wanna know why? Well, if he were ever to get behind the wheel of that car or any other Skyline, I guarantee you he's gonna wreck it. And if he survives this accident, then he'll have to go on living the rest of his life knowing that he killed a Skyline. Nobody wants to be remembered for killing a Skyline. I mean, how do you think this guy felt? I want you to burn this image into your brains. I want you to remember this picture forever. I want you to look at it. Look at it. Look at it!
You look at it, you.
This just in, I now have 34 Nissan Skyline GTR R34 toys! Hey, who took my GTRs? This just in. You know how Oprah used to give out free cars to her audience or whatever? Yes. Well, I know it's a bit early, but congratulations, Mr. Skellington. You've just won yourself a new car! Oh boy! What do I get? I guarantee you'll love it. Coming all the way from Japan, I present to you the Nissan Skyline GTR R34! What is this? It's a GTR R34. Yeah, I know, but where's the real one? We couldn't afford one. Motherfuck! Fun fact number 2. In 2011, my grandma bought me a DuPont Registry magazine, don't ask, and one of the cars for sale was this. Now, even though it clearly stated 2000 Nissan Skyline GTT, parentheses, GTR clone, I thought it was a real GTR R34, even though I knew damn well that they were illegal. A few years later, I found the exact car on the internet and got to take a closer look at it. As it turns out, it was a replica. And that's the story of how a GTR fan like myself was fooled by a replica. How sad is that? And now, a relaxing moment in the Sega GT dealership.
Look at it!
You guys wanted more of him, so here he is.
Hello?
DOS!
Oh, hell no!
Hi. I am MordecaiGTR. Yes, the real MordecaiGTR, not Christopherson in a disguise. It's actually me. Welcome to the end of the video. That's right, if you made it this far, congratulations. I guess all there is left for me to say is, thanks for watching this video. I know it was very random, but if you've been on this channel long enough, then you'll know that that's just kind of how things go around here. Okay, but in all seriousness, this was just an idea that came to me earlier this year, ironically at a time when I was feeling very uninspired and unmotivated to really make videos. Ooh, nobody gives a shit! And I just had to make it. Also, I know very few of you noticed this, but this video contained a lot of references to some of my older videos. In fact, the whole video itself was kind of a throwback to Joker Fun and, what's it called? Bucky? If you want to watch those videos, all the old videos and Joker Fun, all that, be my guest. And, I think that's about it from me. So, I guess I will see you guys next time. Oh! Before I go, can we talk about this photo one more time? Now, I don't know about you guys, but the first time I ever saw this photo, I was pretty shocked by it. Let me tell you a little story. So, back in the late 2000s, I was watching a lot of car videos on YouTube, because at the time, I was still relatively new to YouTube, so I didn't know anything about, the big YouTubers or subscribers, all that stuff. So instead of exploring the site and learning more about it, I chose to stick with something I was more familiar with, that being car videos. And as some of you might have already guessed, I was watching a lot of GTR videos, and when you watch a lot of GTR videos, you get recommended a lot of GTR videos. However, there was one video in particular that was frequently popping up in my recommended, over and over and over again. And that video was called Nissan Skyline Crashes with an
Exclamation point!
and this as the thumbnail. Now, despite seeing it pop up so many times, I ignored it. I never clicked on it. But then one day, I gave in. I was watching a video, and as soon as it ended, some recommended videos popped up. And one of them was that video. I was just frustrated by this. I was just like, you know what? Fine. I'll watch the stupid video because I was just sick of seeing it over and over again. So I clicked on it. The video took a few seconds to load, and then it started. Now, before I go any further, let me just give you a brief description of what exactly this video was. So as the title suggests, it's about Nissan Skyline crashes. But was it a video compilation? No. It was actually a basic slideshow. And when I mean basic, I mean like bare bones. Like, literally, Windows Movie Maker, no transitions, it would just cut to each photo, and it had copyright music playing in the background. Basically your typical early YouTube video. Sounds pretty harmless, right? Well, keep in mind, this was my first time seeing this video, so I didn't really know what to expect. So the video started, and a little message popped up. And it was something along the lines of, this is the hardest video I've ever had to make because I know a lot of you guys are Nissan Skyline fans like myself, blah blah blah. This part doesn't really matter because I don't really remember it, and also it really just doesn't really matter with the whole story. So that message stays on for a few seconds, then it fades away, and it cuts to the first photo. And the first photo this guy chose to display was this. And the moment I laid eyes on this photo, I was completely mesmerized by it. Like, I literally remember, my eyes widened, my jaw just dropped open, I was just like, what? And I know a lot of you are probably like, why are you making such a big deal out of this? I mean, you're acting like you've never seen a wrecked Skyline before. Well, that's the thing. This was literally the first time I've ever seen this sort of thing. Now, I grew up knowing about this car all my life, like ever since I was a little kid. So you'd think that I would have been used to seeing something like this, but honestly, I have no recollection of ever seeing a wrecked Skyline as a kid. And this isn't really something that I would have wanted to see anyway. I mean, that's kind of the reason why I ignored this video for such a long time, because I saw the thumbnail and the title, I'm like, I don't want to watch this. Why would anyone want to watch this? But clearly I was not able to restrain myself from watching it. And I think another reason this photo hit me so hard is because This is like one of the worst things you could show to a Skyline enthusiast. Because first of all, the accident itself is really devastating. I mean, the car is totaled. But secondly, the car itself. This is a stock, well, it may not be fully stock. This is just based on my observations of the photo. But for now, let's just call it stock. This is a stock Bayside Blue GTR R34. This is like the quintessential example of a GTR R34. And it's just sitting there in the road, completely totaled. This is a very heartbreaking photo for Skyline fans. You know, it's not very easy to look at. So after seeing this photo, I didn't feel too good. Nah, I'm just kidding. I ended up watching the video in its entirety, and by the end of it, I was just speechless. I didn't really cry during the video, rather I was more shocked than anything. Really just lost in thought. I mean, I had a lot of thoughts just going through my head. I was like, why would he make this? Are they okay? What happened? That last question was pretty stupid because it's pretty obvious that most of these accidents were caused by speeding because it's a GTR, okay? You're bound to speed in it. But literally, one of the photos was a GTR R33 stuck in a tree. Like, how does that even happen? So after watching that video, I can't exactly remember what I did next, but what I do remember is that I could not take my mind off that video for the rest of the day. I remember when I was trying to go to sleep that night, I could not stop thinking about those photos. It was like a tape being played on rewind, constantly looping over and over again. You know, it's pretty clear that the memory of that video has not left me because, you know, here I am talking about it over 10 years later. Now, I assure you I'm perfectly fine. This video, I mean, I wouldn't say it was very traumatizing, but it definitely did leave an imprint in my mind. It was kind of like a wake-up call to me because, you know, it was kind of like, hey, you know, you may really like this car, but you have to remember, this sort of thing can happen to it. I guess really the video was very educational, let's just say. Very educational. So you might be wondering, is the video still up on YouTube? Well, unfortunately no. The video was removed a long time ago. My guess is that it was due to copyright music. So now that we've got all of that out of the way, let's talk about the actual photo itself, because there is a lot going on in this photo. I mean, first of all, you got the Skyline itself, which is just completely trashed. It looks like the rear bumpers come off. The trunk looks like it's slightly unhinged. Looks like he was hit on this right side of the car. The driver's side door is open. I don't really see an airbag in there, so hopefully it deployed. We got some liquid leaking out of the car. We got a person on the side here. Could have been a witness or a passenger. We got an ambulance in the back. We got a motorcycle, probably owned by a cop. We got a fire truck in the back and some weird watermark in the bottom right corner. But what exactly happened in this accident? Well, we can all assume that it was most likely caused by speeding, but what's the real story? Well, we don't know. If you go on wreckedexotics.com, sometimes they provide a little description to go along with the photo, but for this one, there is no description. So we pretty much have no information on what exactly happened in this photo. Now, admittedly, I have tried to look further into this photo. You know, I've tried searching by that image. I've tried translating the little watermark in the bottom right corner. I got something like Daily Fruit Report. I don't know if that's entirely accurate or not. Now, I didn't spend like a year or anything on this. I only spent like less than an hour doing this. I have done it a couple times, but I've had no such luck. But here's the thing. I've kind of come to realize that this is kind of one of those things that it's just better off not knowing about what really happened. You really kind of have to put yourself in the shoes of whoever was behind the wheel of this car. If the driver did survive this accident, I can imagine it must be kind of devastating to know that this photo is out there on the internet for everyone to see. You know, because it's probably a very haunting memory for him or her. I mean, the last thing they'd want is for people to go in digging into their personal life and trying to figure out who's behind the wheel of this car and what do they do for a living. I mean, maybe that's taking a little bit too far, but still. I mean, the photo was uploaded back in 2002, so the original article is long gone. You know, it's probably somewhere out there, but we'll never find out what happened in this photo. But you know what? That's just for the best, because let's face it, there's way better things to be looking into than this. It's not worth it. it's best to just kind of move on from this and just, you know, focus on better things. Like how the GTR R34 is probably coming to the States in 3 years. Of course, when that happens, then who knows what's going to happen to those. So, yeah, I think that's it. Sorry this segment was so long. I mean, I just really wanted to talk about this. It's just kind of been on my mind for a long time, and you know, as I mentioned before, that photo is probably going to stick with me for the rest of my life. I'll never forget that photo, but whatever. It's not a big deal. I'm not too sure what else to say other than I don't really want to end this video on such a serious note, so I guess in celebration of Giant Kirby getting over 200,000 views on YouTube, thank you by the way, I will be recreating my old outro for this video. I don't know if you guys remember, but I used to do this little outro bit, like, I think it was in 2017. I only did it for 1 year. After that, I stopped using it because it was just kind of stupid. But for this video, I will be recreating it one more time. Well, I may do it again if I reach another milestone or something like that. Anyways, this has been MordecaiGTR. If you made it this far into the video, and if you watched the entire story and the whole video, whatever, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Okay, here's the outro.
Who are you? I don't know. Do you have a channel or something, or?
I have like a really small channel
Yeah,
called,
small channel,
it's
yeah.
called
Mordecai.
GTR.